This predator gets caught in front of his
We're
dad.
going from looking at feet, looking at shoes, stealing some shoes, and now we're touching people and breaking into their room.
Foot fetish.
The big thing that I got going on, it's like a foot fetish, you want to call it.
So entering their rooms and touching their feet and legs, that's this step. What would be the next step
What
after that?
What started out as a burglary turned into a nightmare for multiple women on
burglary turns to a foot fetish?
what should have been a relaxing 4th of July weekend. A resort nestled on the coast of Lake Tahoe, Nevada, became the center of this bizarre crime spree during the nights of June 30th and July 3rd, 2022. The events earned the assailant the nickname Foot Fondler. The escalating nature of his crimes leaves investigators asking what drove him to commit these strange acts and what was he planning to do next.
I don't know why I would do it. It was really stupid.
Do you think you'll be able to stop?
It's August 1st in the residential neighborhood of Atwater, California, where two
I just couldn't stop it.
investigators with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office have traveled over 200 miles to serve a fugitive warrant. Nearly a month after the incidents that terrorized the residents of Lake Tahoe, the investigators prepare to question 26-year-old Mark Anthony Gonzalez, leading to an unusual conversation with disturbing insights and jaw-dropping revelations. The following footage has never been seen before.
Are you Mark?
Yes.
Hi, Mark. I'm Detective Jenkins. You're with partner Detective Schultz.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Would you please step back to our Jeep?
Pleasure.
right now?
Good morning. How
We're
are
going to
you?
walk this way and just have a conversation. So, Mark, the reason that I'm here to chat with you a little bit about your family vacation to Lake Tahoe around the 4th of July.
Okay.
And this dog.
Can you tell me a little bit about your vacation?
We just went over there to, have a good time 4th of July weekend. We just went over there to, we normally go every year, 4th of July. We went boating and just things like that. Wanted to have a good time. That's it. Nothing too big.
The officer is well aware that
So
Mark's
far, so good.
definition of a good time goes beyond boating on the lake, but before she confronts him with what she knows, she first informs him of his Miranda rights. But Mark chooses to be anything but silent.
So I'd like to talk to you about some of your activities while you were up in Lake Tahoe.
Okay.
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 Specifically the rooms that you went into of the women
After you heard the Miranda rights, maybe you should contact a lawyer.
and touching their feet. And before you tell me that you didn't do anything like that, I'm going to tell you just, this is your one opportunity to be straightforward with me.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that it was you because you left your fingerprints behind.
According to victim statements, on the nights of July 2nd and 3rd, Mark entered 2 separate rooms at the resort through unlocked sliding glass doors. One woman described waking up as her blankets were being lifted from her body, while another was awoken by the sensation of someone rubbing her legs and feet. The officers will soon confront Mark with more disturbing details from these incidents, but for now, they continue to question him about his deranged
But
motive.
why though?
So I don't understand why you did those things. I'm trying to understand. I've never met you. I don't know anything about you.
Yeah.
So can you kind of explain it to me?
Just out of dumbness. I don't know why I would do it. It was really stupid.
Well, and I'm sure you can appreciate 4th of July. There's a ton of women up there. Why those rooms? Why did you go into those rooms?
Every room looks the same. It was out of dumbness that I did it, and I don't know why I would do it. Just a stupid thing.
Okay.
But yeah.
How did you get into the rooms? I mean, how did you just, pick the room or decide?
Well,
what
because
room?
every room looks the same. I honestly did think they were like the rooms that I was supposed to come back into, but they all look in that resort like they're all the same room and stuff. But
There is not a good excuse.
I just went in just through the back.
Mark can't seem to decide whether he entered their rooms by mistake or if he had a more nefarious purpose. Thankfully, the officer gives no attention to his excuse.
So you went in,
Yeah.
and then the ladies explained to me that you were rubbing their legs and their feet. What's the deal with that?
Just a dumb thing that I have. It's like a little fetish thing that I got going on.
I don't know you, so explain
dumb.
it to me. Just explain it to me. No judgment.
Yeah.
No zero
Well,
judgment.
it's
Okay.
like a big thing that I
You
got
just said it's a fetish,
going
bro.
on. It's like a foot fetish, you want to call it.
Okay.
And it's stupid.
Have
it's
you done anything like this before?
no.
Mark is quick to deny it, but as it will soon be revealed, this isn't the first time his self-described foot fetish would land him in hot water with the
Oh no.
police. For now, the officer attempts to
Be true.
figure out his state of mind and learn something that may suggest Mark's crimes are escalating.
What was the draw, or what was exciting about it for you? Was it the feet themselves? Was it the excitement of the I shouldn't be doing this? What was the deal with that?
Honestly, I really don't know. It's just like wanting to go the next step, you know? Like,
Yeah.
just, I don't know.
What's the first step?
Well, just like
I hear
watching
you say that you have
things,
a foot fetish. Okay, what
Yeah.
kind of stuff do you watch?
just like dumb, like just random,
Like
stuff like
regular,
that.
or is there like I don't know?
It's
Is
just,
there like
it's just
foot-
regular. It's just, well, there is, but I just normally just do the regular.
Have you ever done anything like that, like stolen shoes, taken shoes,
No,
anything
no.
like that?
Just I bought in shoes from women and
Women's
stuff, like
shoes.
online and all that.
The officer isn't simply making an educated guess about his activities. While she's keeping her awareness of Mark's history close to the vest for now, she'll soon explain what she knows about the case in shocking detail. In the meantime, as Officer Jenkins continues to question Mark, Officer Schultz decides to call in for backup to prevent an uncomfortable situation from unfolding when
What?
a family member begins watching the encounter from a distance.
Hey, could you ask a unit to meet us over here?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
we're going to
family
be doing
member.
that here shortly. So we just, like for black and white, we got a family member that's out here just for a cover for us.
See, I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea why I would do that. It's just like a thing that I have going on, and I know it's not the right thing,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
Unfortunately, no, it's
Yeah.
not. Have you spoken with someone about
I've spoken to a therapist, but like
what have you
it's been a
learned?
while.
Okay.
Yeah, a few things. How to try to cope with it. Wear a little, wristband and stuff to kind of cope with that situation.
While the use of a wristband is a documented tactic used by some psychologists to mitigate unwanted behaviors, it's interesting to note that Mark does not appear to be wearing one.
When you say you wear a wristband to like,
Well, just like if I do get into that stage, I'll normally, try to wear it and it'll snap me out of things.
Maybe you wear it before the party or something. Or going to a crowded place.
Weird things like that.
have you been doing weird things like that for some time?
No, just watching, like I said, watching just kind of copes with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See what
Yeah.
to deal with it.
Yeah.
How long have you had the foot fetish?
Honestly, like more than 7 years.
Okay.
It's been a
And
while.
how old are you? 26, right?
26.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before you were an adult.
Yeah.
How did you? I guess.
I guess people just like have their own thing, Like
Yeah.
I guess
What's
that's
the
how
first time that you remember having like a thing for feet? Like, how did you discover it?
I honestly have no idea. I think I might have seen something that I liked during watching something like that, and it stuck with me
Just
for,
stuck with you.
for a while. Yeah, it just never went away.
After gaining some insights into Mark's compulsions, the officer circles back to the incident that brought them to his front door and refers to an earlier statement he made that has some deeply unsettling implications.
You know that you have this foot fetish, and then this was because you wanted to, I think you said, take the next step.
Yeah.
So entering their rooms and touching their feet and legs, that's this step. What would be the next step after that?
Well, I mean, I'm not too sure. Just
Don't admit.
something
Yeah,
going on
to the
with my
police.
one-
Was there more that you were wanting to do that you didn't?
No.
Please forgive the personal nature of my questions, and I know it might be awkward talking to a female. If you prefer to talk to me,
it's fine.
I appreciate your honesty. I do. No judgment from me. Okay, no matter what we talk about, zero judgment. Okay, we all have our stuff, right? When you were
Still
in
judging.
the women, there was some thought that perhaps you were in the women's rooms,
No, just watching, touching.
watching, touching
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, touching yourself. Okay.
No, just watching.
Okay,
Watching them.
basically masturbating them.
Watching them.
And yeah.
Okay.
Mark struggles
Yeah,
to get his
sorry,
story
Doug.
straight, and the officer isn't buying it.
I wasn't even sure if she was a woman, to be honest with you. Like I just went in there and just like had it done this. Just like I said, wanting to,
And Mark, this is the part where let's just be honest with each other, okay? I don't think that you went into a random room. I don't think that you're into guys' feet.
No.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think you're into guys' feet.
Yeah.
So I think that you probably knew that it was a woman, and I'm not judging you, okay?
Actually,
But
I really didn't know, like, because it was so dark. I didn't.
so did you just randomly
Yeah, surely that.
start checking doors and find one that's unlocked, or what? How many times do you recall doing that? Obviously, I know the answer, but I'm going to see if you can be honest with me. How many times do you recall doing that?
Didn't.
going into a woman's room, rubbing her feet and her legs,
She already know, huh?
trying to.
This is the only first time I've done it like
Right.
there.
Mark's heavy emphasis on the word there is troubling to say the least, and begs the question, was it really his first time?
When you were up in Tahoe, I understand that.
Yeah.
How many times while you were there?
Just twice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you try to get into another room but the door was locked? There was actually 3 times.
Admitting more crimes.
Just once that I went in.
Okay.
For the one that was open.
This would turn out to be a lie. Mark may have been stopped due to one locked door, but it did little to slow him down, as he brazenly broke into not one, but 2 other rooms.
Okay,
Yeah.
you went in the ones that were open. Okay, so 2 times, and then only went in the ones that were open.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, you kind of hit the nail on the head going into a woman's room without their permission, touching them without their permission. That's a crime. I'm sure you understand that.
Yeah, I don't know why I would do it. Like I said, it's like stupid.
No, I hear you. I hear you what you're saying, and it sounds to me like this is something that you've been kind of battling for some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Are your parents aware of this struggle that you
They
have?
are.
They are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do they know what you did in Tahoe? Did you tell them?
They do.
Okay, when did you tell them?
Well, they found out. I didn't tell them.
Oh,
They found out.
how did they find out?
My sister told them, hey, there's this thing going on over there.
This is
They
awkward.
figured it out
Yeah, because
through the
my
news.
past. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
So your sister saw the news?
yeah.
Kind of called you out on it?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, why don't you call me? Well, why you make me drive all the way here? Why don't you call me? Come on now.
Scared.
No, I get it. I get it. And I understand where you're coming from. And unfortunately, you are going to have to be held accountable for your crimes. Okay. So I have a warrant for your arrest. Okay.
Okay.
I do appreciate your honesty. Thanks for the conversation. I think that goes a long way to speak to the kind of man that you are.
Yeah.
A lot of guys would just stand here and be like, I don't know what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
The discussion between Mark and Officer Jenkins is far from over, as he has more
You should have done that. I don't know
jaw-dropping
what you're talking
confessions
about.
to share. In the meantime, Mark's father has seen
You probably get a lot more yes.
the handcuffs go on and has finally decided to get closer to the situation.
Dad's coming up behind you. Do you want me to inform your dad of what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Hugo. Hi. So he informs me that he's already spoken with you about the things that he did in Tahoe.
What did he do?
While Mark's father claims to be unaware of the events, what he says next reveals he knows more than he's letting on.
So he entered
Pretending.
the rooms of multiple women. So I have a warrant for his arrest. There's 4 different charges. 2 are burglary, which is a felony in the state of Nevada.
Which he didn't steal anything.
It doesn't matter. Burglary is not stealing.
Burglary in the state of Nevada is defined as entering any structure with the intent to commit
Yeah, what is she on about?
larceny, assault, battery, or any other felony once inside.
Touching another person's body against their will is a battery. Okay? So that's included in the statute of burglary. Okay? And then battery and attempted battery. So there's 4 different charges. I'm sorry to, it sounds like he's been struggling with this for quite some time. So unfortunately, I believe he's escalating a little bit. I know he's already seeing a counselor, is what he told me, but he hasn't in a minute. Maybe we need to revisit that. But that's going on. So he just asked that I
Disappointed, Pierce.
I kind of noticed that when you were talking, you were trying to get him to admit something like a type of charge, like something that has to do with.
No, he has priors here. I don't know if you're aware of his history with Atwater Police Department or Merced County Sheriff's Office. He has prior contacts, and during those contacts, their cases, there was some information given to me that maybe he had been after taking some women's shoes or touching himself.
According to the Atwater Police Department, Mark was suspected of stealing women's shoes from porches and garages in his neighborhood, leading to one sergeant giving him the nickname the Shoe Bandit. But this won't be the only shoe-related
Bandit.
incident, as a report will reveal later.
I do think that he has a fetish that's kind of got the better of him, and he's having some decision-making issues, and it's escalating. We're going from looking at feet, looking at shoes, stealing some shoes, and now we're touching people and breaking into their rooms, right?
While Mark waits in handcuffs, the second unit Officer Schultz requested has still not arrived.
Hey, it's Schultz from the Douglas County again. Hey, just want to let you know we're code 4 with one in custody. Could one of your units transport
Yeah, I
him
don't think it's escalating
for us,
to...
or do we need to transport him to your facility? There's a 20 plus ETA. We're 14 minutes out from the facility. We want to just go.
Yeah, I can just take it. You want to just put him in the front?
With you, and then I'll ride by.
Yeah, that sounds good.
While letting a suspect sit in the front seat beside the arresting officer
Unusual.
is unusual, it's the following conversation that takes place between the two that will surely raise a few eyebrows.
You're not going to
Uh-oh.
attack me while I drive, right? No. Well, you say that, but I've had people attack me while I was driving, so I just want to make sure that that's not a deal. No, you've been a perfect gentleman.
Sure,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Left at the stop sign.
Left?
Left.
All right, you be my driver. He's promised he's not going to attack me while I'm driving.
Of course, why would I do that?
I don't know. People do silly things.
As the conversation continues, the questions from Officer Jenkins veer more and more into deeply unsettling territory.
If the women had woken up, did you have a plan as to what you were going to do after
No,
that?
just the same thing.
Just winging it?
Yeah.
Same thing. Oh, bruh.
Did you have a thought or a fantasy
This guy is absolutely cooked up.
of how it might
Actual antisocial.
go in your mind?
No, not really.
Did it bother you at all that, like, they were sleeping next to their husband?
Disturbingly, in both instances, the women were not alone. When one victim nudged her husband awake, he reported seeing a shadowy figure at the foot of their bed. After shouting at the unknown person,
And the knob on this guy.
he then chased him through the sliding door but lost sight of him shortly after.
I guess not specifically the husband, but that they were next to someone. Did that have anything to do with it? But I guess, was it more exciting for you that way because it was a little more scary? Or
No, it's just the same.
so what part of it was exciting for you? Was it the entering the room secretly? Was it the actual feet and legs and being able to touch them? Or what was the most
Probably just
exciting
the
thing
feet,
for you?
yeah. The feet and legs, yeah.
Is
Not
there,
entering or nothing like that.
is there a particular type of feet or legs that you like?
Woman, obviously.
Not really. Probably just like ones that are nice, nicely groomed. And like, I don't know.
Is it women's feet, men's feet, all
Just
feet?
women's feet,
Just
yeah,
women's feet?
yeah.
Okay. I can't honestly say I've ever watched it. What would foot consist of?
Just doing it with the
Yeah, I don't think
feet.
you
Yeah, it's not nothing
want to
big.
know that.
So like with feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that.
All right. Have you ever tried it?
Yeah, I've tried it.
How'd it go?
Good.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
With a consenting partner?
Yeah. I guess that will help me out.
Surely consenting.
If you had a consenting
Yeah.
partner.
Yeah.
The officer's line of questioning is far from over, and there's still one important question about his behavior she has yet to ask.
Do you think you'll be able to stop? I mean, honestly.
If I have a partner, maybe. Yeah, of course.
Have you been in like a committed relationship where that was a thing?
No.
So you're not sure?
No.
Okay.
I've never actually done that, dated or anything like
Okay.
that, or looked for,
So just had
So who was the person who had sex with the pit?
encounters?
Yeah. Right now, what I'm doing is actually buying the shoes from the woman online, and that's kind of coping with my problem.
Okay.
After his identity in this case was revealed to the public, one woman came forward with a troubling story about an interaction with Mark on the website offerup.com. The truth of the matter has not been verified, and the statements made by
I
this
guess maybe Tinder then.
individual only reflect their opinion. According to her statement, Mark was interested in purchasing a pair of high-heeled shoes from her, but first requested she put the shoes on and take pictures of her feet. She refused and immediately ceased all communication with him. 9 other postings on his seller profile showed that Mark was attempting to sell or give away various pairs of women's sandals, flip-flops, and high heels, which may be what prompts Officer Jenkins to ask the following question.
Is there a particular type of shoe that you like?
Open-toed shoes.
Okay.
Anything open-toed.
So that
I'm
show
not
the
into
feet?
the closed-toed or anything like that.
Okay. All right, so you got to be able to see the feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever had the compulsion to hurt
No.
feet or anything like that? Or did you have any thought of hurting the women when you were
No.
touching their feet and legs?
No.
Okay.
Finally arriving at the Merced Police Department, the officers prepare to take Mark in for processing. Ironically, a routine procedure will end up giving Mark a taste of his own medicine.
Lift up the bottom of your feet so I can see the bottom? Yeah. Separate your toes for me? Perfect.
While it's impossible to know what Mark may have been planning to do next, it's clear that his unsettling obsession was taking a dangerous turn. Shortly after his arrest in Atwater, California, Mark Anthony Gonzalez was extradited to Nevada to face charges where the crimes occurred. He pleaded guilty to 2 counts of felony burglary and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. In addition,
20 years.
Mark was ordered to pay the family's restitution in the amount of $435.
That's kind of a long chance.
He was later transferred back to his home state,
I
where
thought
he
it was going to be like less than 10.
remains incarcerated at the Substance Abuse
Very close burglaries or whatever.
Treatment Facility and State Prison in Corcoran, California. He will be eligible for parole no sooner than February of 2032.
Maybe he will get up early in like 10 years for good behavior or something.